On June 2, 2015, Morgan Elias Heimer, a 22-year-old river guide from Cody, Wyoming, vanished without a trace during a commercial rafting trip on the Colorado River within Grand Canyon National Park. Heimer, an experienced outdoorsman and an excellent swimmer, was on day 6 of an 8-day expedition with Tour West, a rafting company. His disappearance remains one of the most baffling mysteries in the history of the Grand Canyon, leaving investigators and his loved ones with more questions than answers. Heimer was last seen around 4:00 p.m. near River Mile 213, close to Pumpkin Springs. According to the lead guide, Heimer had mentioned taking some time off that afternoon. The group had been exploring a side creek and were walking back to their boats when Heimer was last observed standing on a low cliff near the water's edge. The lead guide briefly turned away to speak with a client, and when he looked back, Heimer was gone. Initially, the guide assumed Heimer had gone on a break, but when he failed to appear for dinner at 7:00 p.m., concern grew. A member of the group reported him missing, and the National Park Service, NPS, was notified shortly after. Heimer was described as a 6-foot-tall, 175-pound male with blonde hair and blue eyes. At the time of his disappearance, he was wearing a dark-colored astral personal flotation device, a blue-plaid long-sleeved shirt, brightly colored shorts, Chaco flip-flop sandals, and a maroon baseball cap. He was also carrying a purple water bottle. Despite his experience and preparedness, no trace of Heimer or his belongings was ever found. The NPS immediately launched a search and rescue operation, deploying ground teams, helicopters, and search dogs. The search focused on the river between River Miles 211 and 225, as well as the surrounding land from River Mile 211 to 215 near Pumpkin Springs. The area was meticulously combed, but no clues emerged. The search was later extended to Diamond Creek, approximately 12 miles west of Pumpkin Springs, but still yielded no results. Fellow guides, clients from the rafting trip, and other river outfitters were interviewed, but no one could provide any insight into Heimer's whereabouts. Theories about what happened to Heimer abound, but none have been substantiated. One possibility is that he accidentally fell into the Colorado River and drowned. The river's powerful currents and hidden underwater hazards, such as rocks and branches, could have trapped him beneath the surface. However, no evidence of a drowning was found, and his personal flotation device was never recovered. Another theory suggests that Heimer may have wandered off and become lost in the wilderness. The Grand Canyon's vast and rugged terrain can be disorienting, even for experienced hikers. Yet, given Heimer's familiarity with the area and his outdoor skills, this scenario seems unlikely. Some have speculated that Heimer may have encountered wildlife, though there were no reports of aggressive animals in the area at the time. Others have raised the possibility of foul play, but there is no evidence to support this theory. The most plausible explanation remains that Heimer suffered an accident, such as a fall or a sudden medical emergency. But without any physical evidence, this remains speculative. Heimer's disappearance has left a profound impact on his family and friends. He was a student at the University of Wyoming, studying English, and was known for his love of the outdoors and his adventurous spirit. His family described him as a kind, hardworking, and responsible young man who was deeply committed to his role as a river guide. The uncertainty surrounding his fate has been particularly difficult for his loved ones, who continue to hope for answers. The NPS scaled back the search after 6 days, transitioning to a continuous but limited mode. Rangers and pilots continued to monitor the area for any signs of Heimer, and flyers with his description were posted at various locations along the South Rim. All launching river trips were briefed on the search, and the NPS urged anyone with information to contact their tip line. Despite these efforts, no new leads have emerged, and Heimer's case remains open. Heimer's disappearance is not an isolated incident in the Grand Canyon. The park's vast and treacherous landscape has claimed many lives over the years, and some vanish without a trace. The case of Morgan Heimer serves as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in exploring such a remote and unforgiving environment. Even for experienced guides like Heimer, the Grand Canyon can be unpredictable and perilous. As the years pass, the mystery of Morgan Heimer's disappearance continues to haunt those who knew him and those who have followed his story. His family and friends hold on to the hope that one day, the truth about what happened to him will come to light. Until then, his story remains a poignant reminder of the risks and uncertainties that come with venturing into the wild. No matter how skilled or prepared one may be, the Grand Canyon, with its breathtaking beauty and hidden dangers, keeps its secrets well, and Morgan Heimer's fate is one of its most enduring enigmas. On June 17, 2016, Floyd Roberts II, a 52-year-old experienced hiker and former NASA employee, vanished without a trace during a backpacking trip in the remote western region of Grand Canyon National Park. Floyd, a resident of Treasure Island, Florida, was on a 9-day hike with his lifelong friend Ned Bryant and Ned's daughter Madeline Bryant. The trio had planned to explore the Shivwits Plateau, a rugged and isolated area within the Grand Canyon Parashant National Monument. Floyd's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in the history of the Grand Canyon, leaving investigators and his loved ones with unanswered questions and a profound sense of loss. The group began their hike on June 17, intending to spend the first few days camping near the Colorado River before exiting the canyon via Separation Canyon. Floyd, described as a 5'11", 170-pound man with graying brown hair and brown eyes, was last seen wearing a red long-sleeved shirt, blue jeans, multicolored mesh Nike-free sneakers, a large blue low alpine contour backpack, and white-rimmed sunglasses with orange lenses. He carried 2 gallons of water and enough food to last a week, indicating he was well prepared for the journey. The fateful moment occurred around 4:45 p.m. on the first day of the hike. The group reached a small hill and decided to take different routes to navigate around it. Ned and Madeline chose to go over the hill, while Floyd opted to contour around it. They agreed to meet on the other side. However, when Ned and Madeline arrived at the designated meeting point, Floyd was nowhere to be found. Concerned, they retraced their steps and searched the area, but found no sign of him. The rugged terrain, thick brush, and extreme heat made the search difficult, and Floyd seemed to have vanished into thin air. Ned and Madeline spent the night camping nearby, hoping Floyd would reappear. When he did not, they hiked to an area with cellular reception and reported him missing to the National Park Service, NPS. On June 18, at approximately 3:00 p.m., the NPS immediately launched a search and rescue operation, deploying ground teams, search dogs, and helicopters. The search area covered over 10 square miles of extremely remote and rugged terrain, including Kelly Tank, Trail Canyon, 214-mile canyon, and 209-mile canyon, where Floyd was last seen heading toward the river. The search teams faced significant challenges due to the harsh conditions. Temperatures in the area soared to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and the terrain was treacherous, with steep cliffs, dense vegetation, and limited access points. Despite these obstacles, the teams conducted an intensive 6-day search, covering every possible route Floyd might have taken. They found footprints at one point, but could not confirm they belonged to Floyd. No other traces of him or his equipment were discovered. Floyd's disappearance baffled investigators and his loved ones. He was an experienced hiker who had explored the Grand Canyon multiple times over the years, including a trip with Ned in 2011. His familiarity with the area and his preparedness for the hike made his sudden vanishing even more inexplicable. Theories about what happened to him ranged from accidental falls and wildlife encounters to heat stroke or getting lost in the vast wilderness. However, without any physical evidence, none of these theories could be confirmed. The NPS scaled back the search on June 24, transitioning to a limited but continuous mode. Rangers and pilots continued to monitor the area for any signs of Floyd, and flyers with his description were posted at various locations along the South Rim and within the search area. The NPS urged anyone with information about Floyd's whereabouts to contact their dispatch line, but no new leads emerge. The case remains open, and Floyd's family continues to hope for answers. Floyd's disappearance had a profound impact on his family and friends. He was a beloved husband, father, and friend, known for his adventurous spirit and love of the outdoors. His wife and children were left grappling with the uncertainty of his fate, while Ned Bryant, who had known Floyd since they were 10 years old, was deeply affected by the loss of his lifelong friend. Floyd's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in exploring remote wilderness areas, even for experienced hikers. The Grand Canyon, with its breathtaking beauty and hidden perils, has claimed many lives over the years. Floyd Roberts Aya's disappearance is one of its most enduring mysteries, a haunting reminder of how quickly things can go wrong in the wild. Despite the extensive search efforts and the passage of time, Floyd's fate remains unknown. His story continues to resonate with those who knew him and those who have followed his case, a poignant testament to the fragility of life and the enduring allure of the Grand Canyon.